going to show you how to use a spreadsheet I've included in the newsletter, how to hit your quota in Q4 easily. The step number 1 for this newsletter, you need to review Q3 and to see your activities and your conversion rates to make sure you already have this information before going and use a spreadsheet. So if you don't have the information, you don't have your data, you can take the average of your team for the past quarter. And so that's something you can start using. And if you don't have a team, you can just focus on activities and then review your previous week and then iterate. So now let's say that we are going to use a spreadsheet. The step number 2 after reviewing your information is to plan. So based on that, the first thing we need to see is the number of business days, working days we have in Q4 this year. So we have a total of 65 business days. And so the real number of business days is 49, because if you're prospecting in the US, for example, we have Thanksgiving in November, and then in the last 2 weeks of December, we have Christmas also. So they are not people generally prospects, they are not working. So that's something you need to include. And so it makes a total of 49 business days. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet right now and up. So if we think about the 49 days, business days that we're using on the spreadsheet, and for example, let's say our goal is to book 45 qualified demos. Let's say our show rate, and when I say our show rate, say how many people, prospects, show up and are qualified to my meetings that I've booked. How many meetings do I need to book to get 45 qualified demos? So if my show rate is 70%, the number of meetings I need to book will be 64. And before I move forward with this also, is in blue is the information you can insert. So here you can change the business days, because if you want to use that later, you can do that. And then also same here, the number, your goal, because here I've put 45, but it could be different. But here the number of meetings is not based on you, it's based on your show rate and the number and your goal, for example. Then normally after you reviewed Q3, you will find your more or less how many meetings you booked for each channel. Is it on the phone? Is it via email? And via video or via LinkedIn? So for this example, I've put 45% for on the phone, via email 35%, via video 0%, via LinkedIn 20%. Now that we know that, it means that we know for each channel how many meetings we need to book. So let's take calls, for example. I know that I need to book 29 meetings during the quarter. If, for example, how many conversations do I need to have with prospects, but then how many people needs to pick up the phone? Let's say my conversion rate of connect. So it means that how many calls do I need to make to get someone on the phone. So let's say it's 10%. So, and same for how many, what's my conversion rate if I'm talking with someone on the phone and then want to book a meeting. So let's say 10% or so. So if I want to book 29 meetings, it means that I need to have 289 conversations with a 10% conversion rate. And so if my conversion rate of connect, if my connect rate, is 10%, it means that I will need to do 293 calls during the quarter. We can do that for each one of them. So, but the goal here is to say, oh yeah, that's okay. We now have a goal, 45 qualified demos. Then we know how many meetings we booked. So it means that the total number of calls we need to make during the quarter. And same for cold emails, same for videos and LinkedIn. Obviously, you can change that based on your needs, but that's pretty much it. So now we have this. The next step is to see, so we know how many, we have the numbers for everything. And we want to see now on a daily basis how it looks. So here we have the game plan. So basically, based on the number of business days and based on the calls I need to make, how many calls do I need to make per day? And same on the week, same weekly. The number of calls daily, daily number of calls, 59. Number of emails, 143. Number of LinkedIn messages, 13. And then you have the weekly number. 295, 777, and 66. And now also you have your goal for meetings booked per week. So daily you need to book 1.3 meetings. So it means that per week it's 6.56. So more or less between 6 and 7 meetings per week. So now that you know that, it means that if you don't book this amount of meetings each day or each week, it means that you are going to be behind, pacing behind for your quarter. Because right now, knowing that October it's the it's a full month, that you need to think about that October it needs to be your best month for the quarter. Then if we want to go further, so on the newsletter we are talking about the game plan, and now we'll talk about monetize because the schedule will be on your side. So for the monetize or slash money, what we can think about is you need two things: your commissions for the quarter. Let's say if we're on target, it will be $3,000, for example. And then the goal of ARR sourced or revenue sourced for you for this quarter. And with those two, it's basically every day how many calls you need to make, but also now you can have a number on each activities, or for example, each day how many you are making based on your activities. So if your commissions for the quarter, so $3,000 for the quarter, it will be 0.47 cents for each call, 0.15 cents for each emails, and then 0.93 cents for LinkedIn messages. So daily it's 27.55 for calls, 21.43, 12.24 for LinkedIn messages, and then that's basically what you are earning as an SDR. And so it's going to help you to motivate you, because you know now that if you are not doing this, basically you are not going to make those numbers, because you need your activities to get your commissions. And last point is what your company earns. So it's pretty much the same as your commissions, but now it's from the business perspective. For one call made, if you do one call, you are helping your company get $7, for example. Emails 2.24, LinkedIn messages 14, and then you can see that daily, then weekly. So it gives you a value on your activities that it's not just, I need to make some calls. No, it's okay, if I'm making my plan for the day, 59 calls and then 143 emails, I know that I'm going to win this, for example, as an SDR, but then also are going to bring these numbers for the company. So if you have any questions about this, let me know.